If you have felt like there have been constant barriers between you and your desired reality, know that your future was being protected. You were protecting yourself from crossing the threshold without the proper mental and emotional structure to hold it. It would have been like sand slipping through your fingers. You wouldn't be able to hold it and maintain it, and it would have ended up falling apart. Setbacks aren't punishment or something to be ashamed of. It's like you're being given a test, not to trip you up, but so that you have a clear way of seeing your grade and of seeing where adjustments need to be made, healing needs to happen, or perspectives need to be shifted. It's a divine threshold that you place in front of yourself to keep your future safe from old patterns and wounds that would sabotage it. Most of the time, these barriers at their core are emotional barriers like insecurities, shame, and fear that manifest as physical barriers. We keep butting up against the threshold and cycling back around until we're ready to pass the test and move forward. At this point, we'll be able to clearly see why we couldn't pass before, but we can pass now so we can fully learn and integrate the lesson. Sometimes this barrier seems like solid concrete that we can't move past, and often this is because of a lack of trust and hope. When we don't fully trust that our intuition is steering us towards what we desire, and we don't trust that we're fully capable of making this a reality, we have a tendency to cling to past patterns and past perspectives. We have a stronger belief that what we've experienced is the truth of reality and the truth of what's possible for us. This keeps us from fully resolving the underlying wounds because we believe they're keeping us safe. They're warning us of danger and keeping us from crossing this threshold which could potentially harm us. Some of us are more stubborn than others, and it's harder to trust in the unseen and the unknown, especially if we are more masculine leaning or there are more wounds impacting access to our inner feminine. We want something more concrete to depend on, which means we have to go through the process of recognizing that our current emotional foundation isn't really solid and stable. When we aren't open to the unseen and to the possibility of incredible, miraculous experiences, we tend to block what's actually good for us because we stop ourselves at the threshold when all that needs to be healed is a lack of openness to possibilities and this feeling of reality being limited. This is how we access our inner feminine. Those that are more feminine leaning have to learn the opposite to cross the threshold. They have to learn that creating a solid foundation means incorporating more of the inner masculine by using logic, reasoning, and discernment to refine that openness and to understand when to be open and when not to. We have to understand when we're being too open and receptive in a way that allows things into our lives that don't bring in abundance and our desired reality. And this can mean people and situations, but also ideas and concepts. We're all learning to strike this balance. When this happens, the barriers lift and we can safely hold and nurture the life we desire to live on a soul level.